Hi everyone, Lori Fry here, coming to you from the nursery here at the Tulsa Botanic Garden. I want to tell you about a few of the plants we have in our upcoming sidewalk sale. We had I have a really bad habit of overbuying plants, so we have a bunch of plants that we'll have for sale. And here are all of these except for, well, let's just get to the plants and I'll tell you what the prices are. This is a really cool plant from Proven Winners. This one's called Summerific Berry. Awesome. The flowers are every bit of 8 inches around. They are huge flowers. This is a hardy hibiscus. It will come back year after year. They're great little plants. Really easy to grow. You don't have to do a lot with them. Cut the sticks off in the spring. You can see where I cut these off when we got them in. And then just let it go. It's full sun. Got another one here. This is airbrush effect. And it'll kind of look like this Luna mix, but it's a little darker. And right now we have all of the Luna mix for sale. We're waiting a little while for these to grow a little more, but all of the Luna mix are for sale on the back deck right now. So if you want a hibiscus, you can come get a Luna mix right now. All of the 1 gallons are $15. This Berry Awesome will be $25. And we got 2 more here. Oh, this is a really neat one. You see the dark leaves are kind of a chocolate color, and then it's called Mocha Moon. It's a really neat, kind of a different hibiscus. Dark leaves, light colored flowers. And then we have Midnight Marvel. I like this one because it has a really pretty bright red against those dark leaves. And again, all of these are hardy. They will come back year after year here. You don't have to do a lot with them. So if you want kind of a tropical flair in your garden, these are great to have. Butterflies love them. So the rest of these will be on sale starting the Tuesday after Father's Day. So if you are interested in any of these other than the Luna Mix, which you can get right now, come on out the week after Father's Day, and these will be available for sale out on our sidewalk. All of the 1 gallons are going to be $15, and then the house plants that I'll have inside in these kind of pots, these will be $12. So, all right, so move on to some pollinators. And the reason I picked the week after Father's Day is because these are pollinator plants. I wanted to have some pollinator plants out for Father's Day. All right, we've got Phlox paniculata, and this one's called Laura. Really pretty burgundy flowers. And this is a paniculata. It is the upright growing garden phlox. Really easy to grow. It's a perennial here. Let's see, this is Echinacea Santa Fe Lakota Fire. And the flowers start out this color, and they do fade to an orange. They go kind of a pink, and then they go to an orange. So if you want can't decide on color of Echinacea, but you want some Echinacea, this has 3 colors all in one. We'll have some Yarrow, and the butterflies love the Yarrow. This one is Sassy Summer Yellow. That really bright yellow on it. It's a really neat one. These will go dormant in the summer, so when it gets hot and it looks like these died, don't dig it up. It's just gone to sleep for the summer. A lot of plants go to sleep in the winter. These go to sleep in the summer. They're more of a cool season plant. Moving on, we've got one of our yellow Zephyranthes, our little rain lilies. These spread like crazy, but they will not get in the way of any of the other plants. So if you want something that kind of stays low and will spread and really cheerful little color, we've got that one. We've got some pinks and some whites and some others that I'll put out too. Moving on. Oh, this one. This is Irish Shelford Giant, and this is a short one of the Shelford Giant. We've got some ants that are taking advantage of some of that plant nectar in there. But this little guy is let's see, it's over by the Spring Giant, kind of on the east side of the Spring Giant. This is a really easy iris to grow, and you'll get these flowers. These can get up to 5 feet tall. So if you want a really tall iris, something different that none of your neighbors or friends have, this is a really neat one. All right, we've got Salix, Integra, Hakuro, Nishiki, or just Dappled Willow. You can grow these as a shrub, or you could prune it, and I would probably prune these 2 off and grow it as a tree. And once it gets about 3 foot tall, just trim it, and then you can keep it trimmed up and grow it as a tree, or you can just let it grow as a shrub. It's a really easy willow to grow. I do not recommend that you plant it anywhere that there's a water line. Like with any willows, just make sure you keep it away from your house's water line so you don't have any problems with those. All right, moving on. Let's see, we've got fluffy Ruffles fern. This is going to be the only hanging basket we'll have. This is really just a Boston fern, and it's got really neat kind of wrinkly, curly leaves on it. Fluffy Ruffles. This is not a perennial here, but if you want to keep it inside your, I guess it is a perennial, it's a tender perennial, meaning that when we have a freeze, it will freeze back. So if you want to keep this going, just bring it inside in the winter, and it'll do fine in your house. Let's see, here's another house plant. We just potted these up, so forgive the dirt on it, but this is blue star fern. Most of the leaves will look like that. This will get a little bigger. You can keep these indoors all winter. You can put it out in the put it outside in the summertime. It's a really neat plant, easy to grow. Those are 12. All right, who are you? Macho Fern. Okay, do not get this plant if you don't have a very big space. This plant will get huge, but if you have a big space and want to fill a big space, get this plant. This can get 5 to 6 feet tall and 8 feet wide. This is a huge fern. So if you want a really cool fern that's basically just a monstrosity, this is the fern for you. You can cut it back and it'll keep coming back, but this one tends to, instead of going straight up like a Boston fern would, this one tends to flop over because the fronds are so long and so heavy. So this is a really neat fern. These will be 15. And this one that doesn't even look like a fern, this is a holly fern, and those are the leaves on it. And they'll change a little bit as they get a little bigger, but that is the actual leaf shape of this fern. You can see we've got one that has 3 leaflets on one leaf, and we've got some that are just one leaf. It's it's going to be borderline hardy here, this one. I'm not sure if it'll come back. If we have a decent winter, this one will be all right. Same with the Macho Fern. They're kind of borderline hardy here, so I would protect them, maybe bring them in the wintertime. And then on to our 2 hardy ferns. I like this one. This is Tokyo Wood Fern. This one will get about 3 feet tall, I think it is. Really easy to grow. They like shade. They can handle some morning sun. Really easy plant to grow. And if you don't like the green ferns and want something with a little more color, this is Metallicum, and it tends to have silver. You can barely see it because these have been out in the full sun, but you can see the silver kind of in the middle of these leaves. Really easy fern to grow. Full shade. It can handle full sun, as you see, but you got to be careful with them because they will burn on really hot days. So just be careful with them. If you have a sunny place, just make sure that they get afternoon shade. Protect them from that really hot sun. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us, info@tulsabotanic.org. And again, all of these plants, except for this one, which is available now, but the rest of these plants will be available on our sidewalk sale starting the Tuesday after Father's Day. So if you want some plants, come see us on National Pollinator Week, and we'll get you whatever you need. Thanks.